Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to do a really short, really basic video on how I do my eyebrows. Now today the reason I'm doing this is actually because of how bad they look. So I don't know if y'all can see all this extra hair, if it'll focus. Apparently this is not going to focus. Okay, so let's come out a little bit and see if it'll focus. Okay, so as you can see, every time I put my hand in there, it messes up. So I have really a lot of stray hairs underneath here and on top, and I believe in one of my other videos I said that I was working on kind of getting them more even. I'm actually going in today to go see Brittany. She is my esthetician and she's going to be fixing up these bad boys. So for those of you who don't do a whole lot, okay, for those of you who don't do a whole lot with your brows, I'm using really simple stuff. I have an e.l.f. pencil here. It has a spoolie on one end and the pencil on the other. And then I always like to go in with a little bit of powder. And this is the Benefit powder. It has on the inside, it's two shades. It's the light shade and it kind of shows you like what you should do with your brows. So everyone's brows are a little bit different, but there's like a rule of thumb where if you take just any kind of pencil and you set it here by your nose, this right here where the pencil goes is where it should start. So if you have a pencil, I suggest you take it, go up by your nose and just kind of draw that line. Do that on both of them. So then you know where your brows should begin, and mine naturally begin right about there. So then you can take it, go again to your nose, go to where your pupil is, go across your pupil. So you have to look forward. I'm kind of looking at an angle. And that's where your arch should kind of be. So again, that's kind of sort of where my arch is. You want to make sure they're about even. I think I was looking crooked, so let me do this one here. Okay. And then for your tail, you want to take it again by your nose and go to the edge of your eye. And then that's about where it should be on both of them. So that's how you can kind of... This one doesn't look right either. Okay, so that's how you can kind of gauge where your eyebrows should begin, where your arch should be, and where it should end. So then what you want to do is I start always on the bottom. You want to take your spoolie end and you want to brush them up. You want to get all the little stray hairs just kind of up and just go with your natural, like, full eyebrow. I take my pencil first and I start a little bit behind the beginning, so right about there, and I go underneath my actual hairline. And the reason I do that is because later on we are going to use a concealer, and I don't want concealer all in my hair. So, alright, so I'm not going to actually go out all the way over there. Personally, I don't like my eyebrows that long. That's just kind of a rule of thumb. So then you want to take your spoolie again, and you want to brush your hairs down. Just like that. And then about where I started below, that's where I'm going to start above. And for this one, I go a little bit closer to my hairline. And then I come out, and about here where my arch should be, I start to go up a little bit more and make that tail end there wider. Just like that. So now you can see I kind of have like a rough draft of my brow here. Then I'm going to take this, and instead of drawing a straight line underneath, I take it and I make really, really fine hair strokes just upward. So now these are nowhere near even. You can kind of see I've got a lot of stuff everywhere. That was for y'all to show y'all kind of what I do. So now that I have this, I'm going to take... I have two different brushes that I use. I use this flat edge brush, and you can see there's still product on it, and then I use this angled brush. So I'm going to take this flat edge brush and just kind of clean up some of the markings I made for demonstration purposes. And I'm not putting any product on it. This is literally just like the leftover product. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my powder. And so this was to clean up my brows. I have another flat edge brush. I also think that one's from e.l.f. right here. So this one's, again, spoolie on one end and then the angled brush on the end. So what I do is I take the flat edge and I go in right here and I brush back. Because I'm going to start about here, my brows. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fill it in some. Now, and I like to focus down here And I'll pick up a little bit more product, and then I'm gonna go to the front with just this part here, and I take it sideways, start at the bottom, and just push it up. And then I'm gonna take this spoolie, because it's a little cleaner, and just push all that product through my brows. See? And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. And then I'm gonna go and clean it all up. And now one of the biggest things is finding a brow product that actually matches not only the hair on your head, if you have a semi-natural color, but also your actual brows. Like, I get a color that's just one darker, not super dark. I'm obviously not gonna use like a jet black or anything crazy like that, because it's not going to match my hair, it's not going to match my eyebrows, it's not going to look natural. Now, some people don't mind their brows not to look natural, but personally I want them to at least like resemble a natural brow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my NARS concealer, and you can get any concealer, you can even use foundation. Half the time I use just my foundation for my brows, so it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to take some product on my flat edge, and I take it and I start at the very beginning, and I just go right underneath my brows. And this is why whenever I'm drawing the line with the pencil, I go underneath instead of right on top of my hair. It's because I don't want any concealer getting in my hair. So, and I make a straight line just like that. I'm not following my brow shape yet. Then I go up and I start at the tail and I work that product out. And this is where I start to follow the shape of my brow. Okay, so now to make sure I have even brows, I pick up the product and I go from that line over. You're pretty much making a unibrow. So now that I've got the bottom done, I'm going to do the same on the top. So as you can see, I'm kind of covering up some of my hair, and these are my stray hairs that are probably going to be pulled out today. So this helps kind of shape and define your brows. And it also helps covering up any of the stray hairs. And just like we did underneath, I'm going to take this line and extend it over to make sure that my brows are even. Plus it creates a really cute unibrow. And same thing, just take it and cover up any extra hair that you don't want being seen. So there you go, perfect brows. And now with this, what I typically do is I come right here on both sides and I go straight down, just like that. And then I take a beauty blender, I blend all this out, and then I go through it, I put more on my eyelids, and that's how I prime my eyelids to do my eyeshadows and everything else. Hopefully that kind of explains better as to how I do my eyebrows, and it gives y'all a good guide to how y'all do yours. If y'all have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment down, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye!